Once upon a time, in a tranquil village nestled amidst rolling hills and thick forests, lived a young boy named Aiden. He was an observant and curious child, often seen wandering the village's lush surroundings, drawn to the beauty of nature and the many creatures that called it home. Among all the wonders of the village, there was one particular fascination that held Aiden's heart captive: the birds. The village was home to a rich variety of birds, each with its own unique colours, calls and quirks. But Aiden's most beloved of all was a tiny, elusive nightingale that had earned a legendary status among the villagers. Its song was said to be the most enchanting sound in the world, capable of making the saddest heart swell with joy. However, despite its fame, no one in the village had ever laid eyes on the elusive bird. The nightingale's melodies seemed to be a gift to the village, but its presence remained a mystery, shrouded in the secrecy of the dense forest. Aiden, with his youthful curiosity and boundless imagination, was determined to change that. He was convinced that if he could just find the nightingale, he would be able to share its beautiful music with the entire village. So, he began spending his days in the forest, his ears attuned to the sounds of the wild, his eyes scanning the branches, and his heart filled with hope. With each passing day, Aiden's knowledge of the forest deepened. He identified the different bird species, their nests, and their habits. He learned to recognize the telltale signs of the nightingale, such as the hauntingly sweet echoes of its song that danced through the trees. The more he searched, the more he was captivated by the enigma of the nightingale. One calm evening, with the setting sun casting a warm golden hue over the forest, Aiden heard something remarkable. It was a soft, echoing reply to the melody he was playing on a small wooden flute, an attempt to mimic the nightingale's song. The music in the forest seemed to pause as the nightingale responded. Aiden's heart raced with excitement. He recognized the familiar, enchanting notes of the nightingale's song coming from above. He looked up to see the small, elusive bird perched on a branch of a tall oak tree. It was a moment of pure magic. The boy and the bird seemed to communicate through their music, sharing their emotions and stories. Aiden continued to play his flute, improvising new tunes in response to the nightingale's song. Their melodies intertwined, forming a beautiful duet that echoed through the forest. It was a musical dialogue between boy and bird, a conversation that transcended words. Slowly, the nightingale began to descend from the tree, its wings fluttering gracefully as it perched on Aiden's outstretched hand. The moment was surreal. Aiden could hardly believe that the elusive nightingale, the subject of so many village legends, was sitting on his hand. Its feathers were as soft as a whisper, and its eyes sparkled with intelligence. They gazed at each other, and in that silent exchange, they seemed to form a connection that transcended the bounds of language and species. As days turned into weeks, Aiden and the nightingale continued their newfound friendship. They shared music, with Aiden teaching the bird new tunes on his flute, and the nightingale serenading with melodies that felt like stories of the forest itself. The villagers, once skeptical about the existence of the legendary nightingale, were struck by the boy's connection with the elusive bird. Aiden's duets with the nightingale became the village's most cherished form of entertainment. As the news of Aiden's extraordinary friendship with the nightingale spread, people from neighbouring villages started coming to witness the enchanting duets. The nightingale's music had the power to bring joy and unity to all who heard it. Aiden's forest became a sanctuary for those seeking solace, their spirits lifted by the magic of the birds' songs. However, one day, as the leaves turned to shades of crimson and gold, and a chill began to descend upon the village, Aiden noticed a change in the nightingale's demeanour. Its songs, once filled with joy and spontaneity, began to take on a mournful tone. The nightingale's melodies were bittersweet, tinged with longing. Aiden understood that the bird was yearning for something beyond their extraordinary friendship. The nightingale longed for its own kind, for the company of fellow nightingales that migrated to warmer lands during the harsh winter months. With a heavy heart, Aiden knew that he couldn't keep the nightingale captive, no matter how deep their bond had become. It deserved to be free and to share its songs with its own kind. With a deep breath, Aiden opened his palm.